From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, January 8th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.50 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,210 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $284. Antiwar.com reports at least 37 people were killed and 66 others wounded yesterday in the Yemeni capital city of Sana'a when a suicide bomber rammed a minibus packed full of explosives into a line of recruits at the nation's police academy. At least 3 of the slain were civilian bystanders, while the overwhelming majority were would-be recruits for the police force. No group has yet claimed responsibility. It is believed, however, that the attack is the work of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, which has launched similar strikes in the past. Police are operating under the assumption of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula having done it. Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula is believed to have enjoyed a surge in recruitment in recent weeks, owing to the increased influence of Shiite Houthi rebels. Sunni tribesmen have been backing Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula as a sort of counterbalance.
FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com.
Reuters reports foie gras is back on the menu in California after a federal judge on Wednesday struck down the state's controversial law banning the production and sale of the culinary delicacy that comes from the enlarged livers of ducks and geese that have been force-fed corn. While some California chefs plan to celebrate the return of fatty duck liver, animal rights activists said the state's hard-fought foie gras battle was far from over. California's bill outlawing foie gras passed in 2004, but the ban did not go into effect until 2012. Foie gras producers and restaurants for years have lobbied to remove the ban, which gave rise to underground duck easies that offered foie gras or sold it as unlisted menu items. In their latest legal battle, an organization from Canada, New York's Hudson Valley Foie Gras, and Los Angeles-based Hut's Restaurant Group argued that California's sale restriction ran afoul of federal law and the U.S. Constitution. And on Wednesday, U.S. District Court Judge Stephen Wilson ruled that the ban was at odds with federal law overseeing the sale and distribution of poultry products. Jot Condi, president and chief executive of the California Restaurant Association, a longtime foe of the ban, said, "It's a good day for restaurants."
For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports a study evaluating breaking news stories found Muslims are overrepresented on U.S. television as perpetrators of domestic terrorism, while black people are underrepresented as both criminals and victims. The study by University of Illinois communications professor Travis Dixon was conducted between 2008 and 2012 and evaluated 146 episodes of news programs that focus on breaking news. Of the stories about domestic terrorist suspects, 81% were Muslim. FBI data collected from the same time period indicates 6% of suspects were actually Muslim. Dixon said white supremacists were more likely to take part in domestic terrorism than Muslims during that time frame. Dixon said African Americans were less likely to be portrayed as homicide victims on network and cable news, 22%, than to be homicide victims, according to crime reports, 48%. White people, the study found, were just as likely to be victims or perpetrators of crime in the news as they are in real life. Dixon said data from his study supported the hypothesis that Latinos would be overrepresented as undocumented immigrants. He found that among immigrants described in those news programs as undocumented, 99% were identifiable as Latino. According to the Pew Hispanic Center, 78.8% of undocumented immigrants in 2012 were from Latin American countries. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.